she wasn't like, I have a secret to tell you. I always wanted to get it in with Antonia. Like, she ain't just volunteered that,
Right. And worthy of throwing a glass. Like,
right. And somebody said something to her and she's like, I thought about it, you know what I'm saying? But no, it's not going to work with, it wouldn't work with us, whatever. But the fact that you're like, and like you said, it's the growl for me, baby. It's the growl. But like you said, people do get into relationships and they will be like, oh no, you can tell me anything, and you're like, yeah, because my ex used to take me here and we had so much fun. And then if they take you there, they're like, yeah, so now you're thinking about him, aren't you?
Like, no. Well, I mean, you brought him up, so maybe.
I did not tell you that for you to throw that up, because you said that you and your ex used to always go down here to the waterfront, and now you got me down here at the waterfront.
Favorite spot. Okay, sir.
I don't need to know about that. I don't need to know.
I don't care, bro. Like,
but I just don't. I'm not asking. So, did your ex ever rub your toes? What? I bet she wasn't rubbing your back like this.
Right. Like, she'll do it like me.
But I think that sometimes people say that because they really want you to be like, no, he never bought flowers. He never bought me jewelry. He never took me anywhere special. So it's always like, yeah, I'm out here rizzing her up. You know what I'm saying? Because her dude, he said, all that though. You know what I'm saying? He was mid. He wasn't that. So he want to walk around with his chest puffed out, like, you know what I'm saying? He ain't never just gave her nothing like that. Carry yourself to him. They broke up for a reason. Okay.
Thank you. And she was this and that. Why y'all ain't work out? That's what I want to know. Why am I?
I don't want to talk about an ex.
I sure don't.
An ex for a reason. You know what I'm saying? I have amnesia.
Like, no. What? Oh yeah. No.
I don't know.
I don't remember.
So yeah, people need to understand that there was somebody before you, and that's okay. Because I'm not worried about who's before you. I'm gonna hold down my position right now. Because if I do what I'm supposed to be doing, and then you do what you're supposed to be doing, we locked in. We ain't going nowhere. Right?
We locked in. Right.
We locked in. But a lot of times, yeah, it is this thing where it's like, people feel uncomfortable and they will ask questions about your past and then throw it up in your face later on. It's like, so don't give them no ammunition. You had amnesia.
Don't give them the ammo that they're going to use.
I don't want to talk about my ex. Like, it didn't work out. I'm not mad at anybody, but we don't need to do this. So the next question is mine. It says, was Veronica being a hater, baby, when those diamond dealers showed up to give them gifts? Question mark. Most people would have been excited, but she took this as Chan was trying too hard. Isn't that the Rose City way to win people over by flashing your money? What's the problem now? Why is she side-eyeing him now? I don't know. I don't know if she's getting like a feeling, or maybe it was a little jealousy, like, how dare you come through here? All that za with all that riz.
All that za, riz and all my girls.
She felt like he was overcompensating for something, or she felt like he was going overboard. But let me just tell you the truth. When you're around people who have some money, especially men, it ain't tricking if you got it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it ain't tricking if you got it. I mean, they just, my mom had a friend years ago when I was a teenager. And she married a man who was a multimillionaire. He was a very, very generous man. I mean, we was living large, baby. Like, he's taking care of everybody. You know what I'm saying? But that's just what it was. Like, to him, it was nothing. Taking people out to like really expensive dinners and staying at like 5-star hotels or whatever. Like, it was like, what? Sending people out on trips like he was talking about.
And wasn't talking smack about it.
You remember?
I know. I remember.
He loved to like entertain and throw these big parties, and I'm talking about the food was there, the wine was going hard, like Lisa with our little plate, like
they doing good over here.
They really was though. And so we be over there talking to people, and they tell us about how you have a home in Barcelona, you have a home in Sicily, sitting around millionaires asking questions. Like we wasn't being like all ghetto, because we have it in us to do so, but we also know how to mix and mingle. He was so generous with his money, and he was always like, it's just a blessing to have everybody around. And you're talking about people putting on parties and all kind of lobsters and steak and shrimp and having, events catered. I mean, he did it up big for this woman, right? And beautiful home, beautiful cars. We went on some really nice trips. It was fun. But again, he had it, so he wasn't upset about it, Right. And when you don't have it and you're counting pennies, you need to be smart. You really need to be smart. But for Chan, it's not tricking when you got it. You know what I'm saying? I see people say stuff like dudes is out here simping, but they never say that when they see rappers who fly out really attractive women and take them on shopping sprees. Nobody calls them simps, right? Because they're doing it with multiple women. But if one man was with one woman and he's just like, baby, I'm giving it all to you. Why are you acting like a simp? Baby, send me a simp then, because that's all I know. You know what I'm saying? That's all I want.
Not the insult you think it is. Let me see what he's talking about, because to me, that's somebody that know how to treat somebody that ain't on that I'm a high value bullshit. Like,
I'm gonna go where the simp is gonna be. That's a whole thing to me, baby. You don't have to be a rich man. It's the mindset. It's that you find value in each other and you love spending time with each other, because baby, like, it's nothing, If I see something you need, I'm gonna grab it for you, vice versa, you grabbing it, for me. And so, yeah, but anytime you see men who are showing positive love for a woman, it's always, he's simping or he's being pushed around by her. But if he was up slapping her and had 2 or 3 babies on the way on top of his wife, and she's pregnant too.
He's and leaving them all barefoot and pregnant.
I think that we have to, I think as much as people dislike twerking culture and women acting crazy, we have to also denounce men being toxic and attacking the Russell Wilsons for being upstanding gentlemen.
Oh man, they go after him so hard, bro.
Honey, God has blessed that man.
Loving his wife.
For loving his wife and his children.
Like, what, nigga? You don't cheat? You love her?
You can tell who was raised with a father. You can tell who had a father figure, who was a very positive man in their life, because when men come from good fathers, they don't behave like that. And I'm not saying that your mom and dad have to live in the same home together, because they don't, in order for you to have a positive
father. You can have a good co-parenting.
They can have a great co-parenting situation, but you can tell who had a good father figure and who did not, based on how they treat their women that they're with. My son was saying to me that he was asking one of his friends at school, like, why you treat that girl like that girl is beautiful? Why you treat her like that? You're like, what I'm saying? Because I could get another one. And my son was like, well, that's fine. But she's a beautiful girl. Like, you literally are fronting. He was talking about his friend would literally go out of his way to front this girl out in front of people. And he's like, Mom, she's such a, he'll tell me, Mom, she's a black queen. I don't know why he doing that to her.
I feel like I know which son this would be.
You know who it was. He said she's a black queen. I can't believe he's doing that to her. He literally goes out of his way just to poke at this chick. And he was like, I don't understand why he would do that to her. She cares about him a lot. Why would you mistreat her like that? The black queen, like, why would you do her like that? Why would you do her like that? So I think back to, because we went down a whole little rabbit hole, but Veronica's side, Ian Chan, maybe it's something internally telling her there's something wrong with him, or maybe it is a little on the jealousy, because how dare you come through with all this?
And it's her, like, I don't think it's like her bridal shower, but it's like, it's kind of like, okay, we all getting together and blah, 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 blah. And then he just has to show out, because her man ain't doing that. Her man is not dropping that kind of money on anybody. And so I still stand by what I said. I think it's a little bit of jealousy.
I think so too.
Because it don't make sense, especially since you getting a piece. It'd be one thing if you weren't getting nothing, you just watching all this wonderful, oh man.
Even if I wasn't getting anything, I'd still be happy for it. I'm like, girl, he did what?
Right. I'm gonna be I'll be like, girl.
I said I want to feel what $60,000 feels on my wrist. On real quick. Let me just see. Okay, that's nice.
I like that weight.
I like that weight. Yeah, that's real nice. Okay, let me get back to you because it's not mine. I'd still be happy for you, even if I didn't get nothing out of it. Because I'm like, girl, you yes, God, my girl.
I wouldn't be hating. So I guess the answer to the question, yes, she was being a hater. The worst kind of hater. The ones is right up under your nose. Go ahead and go on to the next one. Let's see. Malia struggled with the idea of Chan buying her and her friends such extravagant jewelry. Why are some women conditioned to believe that only struggle love is real love? Why is it so hard to accept being treated well? Well, because it's something new. You're always treated like crap. You're always told to be grateful for any crumb you ever get. And you know, we are conditioned to believe that. Maybe, you know, our sometimes it's generational. Just how, like, you know, rich women or whatever, they their daughters to do like them and be part of society and blah blah blah. And when you're poor, kind of told, you know, to stay in your lane. It's not just like what your parents teach you, people that you're with. Oh, you want me to buy that and make you feel like trash for even asking for some flowers? You know, well, I'll pick you some flowers out of somebody's garden. I am not buying roses. Well, who do you think you are? So what you gonna do for me? If I'll buy you roses, what do I get? Like,
not a damn thing.
And not a piece of a thing. I'm like, you gonna hand me the roses? You might get a smile, but then I don't even want them.
I'm gonna want them roses in a Cash App and a deep apology because you talking smart. Now I'm gonna have to. That'll go cost you.
You talking smart. You doing some things, okay? Yeah. So it could just, I don't know. Why are some conditioned to believe that only struggle love is real love? Because like I said, it's not just like what your parents teach you or just like, you know, your environment. It can be the way that the guys that make you feel like crap for even asking for anything. And if you expect anything, then you're definitely a gold digger. Yeah, you're all, and that's like, okay, I'm spoiled just because I asked you to bring me a Sprite when you come out the gas station. How dare I?
And the lovely thing about telephones nowadays, baby, all them block features, because you definitely get blocked. I mean,
in a minute, I'm getting out the car and
ain't gonna be like Corinne in her younger years. Why? I don't understand.
Oh, it's okay. If that's too much, then no, don't worry about it.
You gonna pay me back? No.
No.
Do this.
What I was planning on, and no, I'm not going to sleep with you for a Sprite. So almost like do something for me. It's hard to accept being treated well if you weren't ever treated well.
There you go. Bingo.
You're not expecting to be treated well. So when somebody does, you're like, oh, wait, this is possible?
Yeah.
This happens? Oh, okay. So it can be kind of hard at first, especially if you're used to being without, so you don't learn how to do that for yourself. You become independent. You learn, okay, well, if I want this to eat, you know, this is gonna cost this much, and this is how much I'm gonna pay for it. You have somebody step in and be like, oh, here's my debit card, and you're like, wait a minute, no, I got this, you know. I didn't ask you for anything before you know, right away. You're like, just so you know, I'm not going home with you or blah, blah, blah. And he was like, who said anything about all that?
Right.
I know from a personal view, it would be kind of hard being treated well because I haven't had the experience of being treated well. So it would be welcomed, but I'm not going to sit here and act like I wouldn't struggle with it. It would be brand new for me. It'd be a new experience. I'd be like, oh, okay. But now that, you know, I love myself more than in the past,
right.
I'm not gonna, okay, no, if it's too much, don't even worry about it. Too much, bruh, and especially if it's something I'm even able to do. Nah, just keep it moving.
Wasn't meant to be.
Yeah, I don't want to inconvenience you.
I don't want to inconvenience you.
Do what you need to do, boo.
Yeah, I agree. No, I do think people have been conditioned to not accept nice things because, like you said, I mean, sometimes people are raised that way. They're raised to think that, like, I know, like my mom and dad, they always told, and I know your parents said the same thing, that nothing's free. You know, everything comes with something. Right. We're always told at a very early age, a guy tries to buy you something, say no. My parents always was like, have your own money, do this, and that, and the other, because what if he takes you out to eat and he forces himself on you? And I'm like, you guys do know that's a grape, right? You do know that that's called assault. You know, but they would try to explain to me, no, but women feel obligated to do things because somebody bought them some food or they took them out on a date. And I'm like, what you should be teaching people is that if somebody demands something of you because they've taken you out on the date, then that is red flag and get away from them. Okay. This is what you're supposed to do when you're in the courting, dating phase, whatever, even, you know, beyond that. Right. But yeah, it's deeply ingrained in people to feel like, I remember I used to hear people say stuff like, and I still hear people say it and see it on social media, where it's like, it's easy to love a man when he has money, but when that man is, and he doesn't have anything and he's poor, that's when your real love for him shows up. You know, people will make you feel like, oh, you're only with him because he has a good paying job. Well, you're only with him because he does nice things for you. You're only with him for those reasons. And if something happens tomorrow, you'll just up and leave. Well, you will up and leave if you didn't love him in the begin with. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
So struggle love is real love, and love that comes easy, love that comes without challenges. Something is wrong with that, or it's too good to be true. And that's just not true. It's not true. I think as you get older, you become wiser. Like there are things that my parents taught me that I still hold on to this day. And then there are things that my parents taught me that were absolutely wrong. Always me feeling like somebody doing something nice for me is a bad thing. They have bad intentions for you. Well, your intentions and my actions aren't the same thing. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Right.
Well, like for instance, I love fresh flowers. And so I'm a little bit obsessed with flowers. You can see like my little setup back here. But anyway, I don't wait for my husband to go and buy me flowers. Now he does buy me flowers, but I don't need to just like wait or put flowers in a while. You'll come back and it'll be on the table. He'll be like, where's you gonna order from? I did it for myself because I think that they're really, really beautiful. But what I've done for my daughter is I've gotten her in the habit of like, if I get some flowers for myself, I'm buying her some too. We have got to start conditioning people, right, to expect nothing but the best.
Right.
Why are we preparing people for this ragged, jacked up life where you have to become hard? We become a hardened individual because all you know is pain and rejection.
Mm-hmm.
We've got to prepare people like everything in life should not be hard. If it's always hard, that's a problem, right? You should be able to expect nice things. And anybody who wants to tussle with me over a meal or over flowers, you're just not for me. And that's okay too. We don't have to have beef. We don't have to have, I just need to know that when I'm done talking to you, it's a block. It's a block, all of that, right?
Whether you know it or not.
It's no beef. It's just, this is not going to work for us, right? And
Right.
so that's just that. But I do feel like women have been conditioned in society that if you want nice things, something's wrong with you. You're a gold digger. Call me whatever you want to call me, but I like nice things. And like you said, when you are able to buy some of the things that you like in life, why would you let somebody else come into your life and then that they can't put down what you put down? Or not even attempting to.
They wouldn't try.
Not even intent, like, and everything isn't money. If I cook dinner, those dishes over there to see. Made you some really nice pasta, garlic bread, salad, little hors d'oeuvres and dessert, some wine, and all you can say is thanks, babe, and put your feet up.
Oh, thank you. And then kick your feet up. Oh, you forgot something?
Yeah, I still have to go to that kitchen. I still have to wash those dishes, and I still have to like take the garbage out too. So is that what we doing? So, you know what I'm saying? There's reciprocity in relationships. It's not all about money, but money is a part of that as well. And not only just money, but your action, your time, your intentions. So we should be expecting the best. Who gets into a relationship expecting to be stomped on and crumpled up like a ball of paper? Like a piece of paper just crumpled and thrown away. I've been looking for demonstrations I can throw stuff down. Don't have my usual setup in front of me. That's okay. Because
I'm like, where's your piece of paper? Get you some.
I don't want to rip a page out of my books. I don't want to do that. But we have to expect better treatment, because when you expect better treatment, you don't think that when somebody treats you well, like it's not a weird thing. And I think that, like I said, again, some of this does come from society. Some of it comes from how you were raised. Like I said, my mom and dad, and even like my brothers, if anybody does anything nice for me, well, he didn't do that for nothing. I'm like, oh, someone's going to give me a discount.
Maybe he did do it for nothing. I mean,
and I'm just like, because we'll go to restaurants sometimes and like the waiter will be like, oh yeah, I'm not going to charge you for this, or because we took too long, I'm just going to give it to you for free or whatever. And my brother like, yeah, because he had to get with you. And I'd be like, that man didn't ask me nothing about no phone number. He didn't, I saw the way he was IFing you. Okay.
Effing, sir.
Brother always talking about somebody getting IF. I'm like, what is your problem? So I'm just like, okay, but we should expect nice things. I'm not going to just expect, but I'm also going to give. So when I go into a room, I'm friendly and I expect friendliness to be returned to me. And when it's not returned to me, I know how to exit stage left. You only go where you're wanted, treated, respected, loved, and celebrated. If you're not going to be celebrated, go where you're celebrated. Go where you're appreciated. If you're not being appreciated, don't be places where people don't value you, Next question is mine. Can we talk about Ari's date with Hasim? Can we talk about that? He's a diamond dealer for starters. Yes, he is. Praise God. He seems like kind of man that will spoil her rotten, and we like that. We like that
for her.
We like that for her. Go through with the date or back out at the last minute. She better not be crazy. Also, do you think that Hasim is connected with Chan's underworld lifestyle? I don't know, but I'm gonna say at this point, it's safe to assume anybody who's talking to Chan, connected to Chan, might be a little dirty, but we have to allow life to unfold itself because Malia don't know.
We have to just let stuff unfold, okay?
I mean, Malia still don't know who he really is, right? How's Ari going to know if he's on that wavelength, right?
Right.
How she don't know? So, but you won't know unless you just go out on the day. I don't think Ari's going to back out. I think Ari was really excited, and he's not from there because they said Chan, sent his private jet. I was like, wait a minute.
Hey, where'd y'all come from? Y'all needed a jet?
Talk about Big Daddy money.
Oh,
I'm just trying to understand. In my mind, I was reading this last night thinking like, been on 10 different trips by now. Like, I don't understand Malia.
I don't either, girl.
Because I was like, you knew he had all that, and you ain't standing.
Like, girl, you are not using your benefits.
You are not using the benefits of God in Christ Jesus in your life the right way. Because my mother, Kitty Scott, would have been like, well, Karina, go somewhere. And I'm going to take you to Florida, California.
Karina, we've been talking about going to Jamaica. Can you talk to your dude? Like,
my mom would have been like,
I'm ready to travel.
You'd have been like, well, if you don't even just get up to nowhere but Seattle, just fly 30 minutes up the road.
Fly to Seattle. That's like a 30-minute drive where I am now.
For us, it's a 2.5 hour drive. But if you take a flight, it's a 30-minute flight, right? So my mom would have been like, well, you could be in Seattle in 30 minutes. Just go. Like, she would have been like, just use your benefit. That's my mom. My mom's like, listen, I don't care how far you go or how short you go, just go. If it's there, take the opportunity and run with it. Like, and so I feel her. I was like, wait a minute.
I don't want to wear out my welcome, but
we have to wear out something.
But we're gonna wear this out.
Wear something out.
We got a private jet. Yeah, we be kicking it.
Girl, I was reading that last night as if I didn't write it. Like, I was going down with Malia. I'm like, this man has a private jet. He flying people in with jewelry. And you ain't no sis. I'm gonna need you to stop playing with all this.
Flying them in for the purpose of just giving them the jewelry. You could have had the jewelry shipped, and
baby,
presented it yourself or one of your little workers. But you're like, no, I need the actual people.
Diamond deal. I want them to be able to
close down your shop because you're going on a trip.
I need you to explain the jewelry. I need you to explain I need you to explain the diamond clarity. So, but back to, do I think Ari's gonna jet out of her date? No. I think Ari's smart. I think she's ready for love. Honey, they said looking for love in all the wrong places. It didn't show up at the right spot.
That's the wrong place. I mean, he already starting off good.
I'm trying to tell you though. So I think Ari's going on the date. We don't know if he's connected to the underworld lifestyle. We're gonna find out. But I say for right now, baby, ride that wave. What you got?
I'm on the same energy. Oh my Lord, he's Arab. We all know. Beautiful men.
I mean, God did his big one with folks, didn't he?
He did. I was like, God, you just need to quit playing with people like this, because for them to exist and not be in my life. I've always liked little Arab dudes. That's really, yeah. Best kept secret. Now we're on YouTube. But
lawyers apply now.
Okay. No, I don't think she's gonna skip out on a date. Like I said earlier, God answered that prayer immediately. He's like, you know what, sis, I got you. She said she was ready for something new and exciting, and
you can't get much more exciting than this.
Can't get any more, yeah, and newer. He literally had to be flown in from somewhere, so he ain't from around the block. You ain't gonna run into him at Walmart.
Not at all.
Yeah, I don't think she's gonna skip that if she knows what's good for her. I know I wouldn't. I mean, right away, homie looked at her, and sometimes, like, I know. Remember when we were watching Game of Thrones, and we weren't really into Rob until we saw how that girl. And I was like, oh, sometimes it just be the way dudes that look at you that make you think like, we didn't really pay attention to Rob. And then Rob fell in love with this girl. And the
Yes,
way
he did.
he looked at her, and I was like, hold on, what you doing? Like, the way he was looking at her turned me on. And, you know, I was like,
I wasn't even checking for Rob.
I wasn't checking for him. I was like, wait a minute. And all of a sudden, every episode
looking real sexy after
that's
that.
like something like in the brain or something. Because every episode after that, Rob was just unbelievably fine. He didn't have to be looking at her. I was like, oh, look at them curls. Them blue eyes is doing.
He was very much Jack Harlow too, and I was like, "What?"
I was like, "Oh,
girl, I was not checking for Rob." But when I saw the way he was looking at that woman, and he kept looking at her like that. He looked at her like she was a whole steak, and he wanted to devour. And
girl, I mean, it could be just, you know, it could be that. So I don't think she's gonna. No, that's what she asked for. That'd be weird if she did decide. You know what?
I'm not going.
I don't feel like it. Well, we ain't never seen him, but we just picturing a fine and that co-owns a diamond business.
Yeah.
Praise God.
Praise him.